And the man with the mustache you saw in that montage is here with me now. Former UN Ambassador John Bolton joins us. Ambassador Bolton, I've been asking what we got out of this deal. I know you think we didn't get very much, but isn't the million-dollar question, can Iran still build a bomb under this deal?
Of course they can, and really it leaves in nearly Iran's total discretion what the timing for that decision will be. Let's be clear, Iran hasn't been in a rush to build one bomb during the entire length of its program, which is now some 3 decades. They have been carefully building a broad and deep nuclear infrastructure. The concessions that they've made under this framework, I don't call it a deal because they haven't signed anything that commits them to anything, are trivial and easily reversible. And most importantly of all, everything that people talk about rests on the assumption that we have 100% accurate knowledge of everything that Iran is doing in the nuclear field. And I think that's fundamentally false.
Ambassador Bolton, historically in Iran, they do not believe in doing deals or adhering to deals that are done with infidels. So isn't this deal just a big bunch of nothing?
Well, I don't trust their theologians. I don't trust their nuclear scientists either. Just as one example, the Fordo facility, the deeply buried facility, was not disclosed to the IAEA. We found out about it through our intelligence and leaks from inside Iran. And it really raises the question, yet again, how many other undisclosed facilities are there? Remember now that the nuclear program is controlled by the Iranian Revolutionary Guards Corps. This is central to their concept of dominance inside Iran and dominance in the region. The nuclear program is not controlled by the Iranian Foreign Ministry. I think they know really very little about what's going on in the program. And I am convinced that if and when a real deal is signed by the end of June, the Iranians will violate it before the ink is dried, just as they violated every other commitment they've made on the nuclear program.
Ambassador Bolton, on Special Report just now, George Will was talking about how President Obama does want to fundamentally, seemingly change the Middle East, and this would do that. But Charles Krauthammer came back and he said, well, if we lift these sanctions, that will lift Iran's economy and boost it in such a way that it will help fuel their terrorism program and really bolster them in a way that we can't really stop. I mean, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think that's right, although I don't believe that the economic sanctions on the nuclear side really have had a fundamental effect on Iran's economy. I think the economy is in bad shape because of 35 years of consistent mismanagement, because of the recent collapse of international oil prices. I think the Iranians wanted relief from the sanctions because it's a sensible thing to want, but they haven't done anything to indicate that once relieved, their behavior on the nuclear front or on the terrorist front is going to change.
And Ambassador, I don't have a lot of time, but I do want to ask you, are we seeing the beginning of a Middle East arms race? I mean, we know that the Saudis have hinted at a nuclear program. The Israelis are mum on theirs. But what do you think?
It has already started, and I think the president's negotiating strategy these past 2 years has accelerated what would have been an arms race once Iran tested a nuclear device. It's now pushed it forward because Saudis, Egyptians, Turks, and others see that the president's not going to do what is necessary to stop Iran. They're going to move now before it's too late from their point of view.
All right, Ambassador, thank you.
Thank you.
Now to the growing